Ziggity zig, talking his way out of silver, game number 44. This is going to be another PvT, sadly, as I was up against quite a number of Tearin opponents. And hey, look at that, I had my units get out there before 8, 12, 13 seconds. So there is... Oh, SagaAthena is the laggy one this time. That's a shame. So SagaAthena, the saga of Athena, I was born out of my father's head and burst out from foam, or born in foam. Anyway, I only read kind of vague mythological telling, so I cannot explain all the stories behind all of that. Now, we're over here on Entombed Valley. I remember the name of the map this time, just in time. I was thinking to myself, Eben Valley? No, I always call it Eben Valley. It is not Eben Valley, it is Entombed Valley. For some reason I decided to wall off, I don't know why. Now, I move out with my basic pro. That was the other thing I was going to actually mention, is that it is currently the end of Season 4, 2012, and I accidentally played during the lockout, so that was THWOS 43, the live game, was actually during the lockout, and I didn't realize it. I don't know why I'm not even reading. I was really not paying attention. I barely played any games this season, so I'm going to end off the season at like 33rd or something. So I think, actually, if I look at my ladder placement, it will probably tell me that I need to ladder in order to rank, because I am currently unranked. Oh, there's my production tab. Look at that. Almost feels like I haven't done this in a while either. I've been doing quite a bit of additional stuff this week just because Griff is out, so I've been recording some additional things for the weekend because Griff had to head out of town in a hurry. But he should be back in a little while. But in the meantime, you will see lots of cool, exciting stuff over on our Lime Not Lemon channel. But business as usual over here on the solo channel, just for looking at my play and trying to see if I can get anything out of it. So far, let's look at... Holy God! 79 average. Man. What the hell is he doing? Oh, building really close. Oh, keeping all his cards folded up. Cards close to your chest. That's the euphemism that I think you go with there? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the one. So here we go. Neither of us have taken this tower at the moment. I'm just trying a quick little triangular pattern of patrol just to stay nearby to it and yet far away that theoretically he can't kill me if I hold still, but I can continue moving around and just be close enough to the tower in order to take it if he moves away suddenly. So that's how that's running. And every time I pass through it, actually, I pass through close enough to watch this. Boop! There we go. Lots of vision. But that's okay. Now, let's switch over to my view just for fun, because here's what I see. So far I'm at, don't even know if he's got a barracks up just yet, so honestly, I should be thinking that there's cheese on the way, but for whatever reason, I don't think that. Then I decide to go and take him out, and I successfully do, because I have more shields and hit points. However, SagaAthena does move the worker away just in time. Next, let's have a look at the worker supply. Worker supply and army supply is going not too badly in my direction, which is pretty good. I got a 24 pylon. That feels a little bit late, but then again, it should probably be done by the time that this next zealot is out. Then I shall have 2 zealots, and hopefully enough for a sentry. If that is my plan, we shall come to see, because at the same time, I'm actually getting probes at the same moment. So this finishes, and boom, get up to 34. There comes the sentry, still chronoing out warp gate, which is fun and cool, and I'm still working on that quite well. So actually, I'm pretty pleased with the build at the moment and how I'm doing roughly. Get an additional gateway just because I had the money for it. There's my 2 gates because we're at about half capacity on the warp gate technology, which is about when you want to get the rest of your gates, either two gates or 3. So it all depends on what you want to do. I go with just the 3 because I'm probably hoping to get some 3-gate Robo on the way, as that is my style and pretty much the only way I play. Recently, actually, I think it was Ramcor asked, why do you always 3-gate Robo? And I'm like, I guess the simplest answer to that is, it's all I know how to do. You know, I'm kind of iffy on the 4-gate, and that feels a little bit cheesy, and I feel like the 3-gate Robo sets me up, forces me to play mid-game, you know? Whereas a 4-gate, that could just mean, oh, you know, you either outright win, or you have to somehow transition out of it. I mean, 3-gate Robo, I sometimes try to win that, but for the most part, I want to get better at mid-game, I want to get better at transitioning and knowing when to expand, knowing when to do different things there, concussive shells, and an orbital command. That's kind of interesting. There is the Robos facility starting at 620, so that's a little late. But on the other hand, I'm getting a decent amount of army supply right now, which is cool, because actually, according to the army strength, I could go in and stomp him right about now. Let's have a quick peek. Maybe if I put down a force field or 2 around here, it could probably do a little bit of damage, but depends on how my micro is. And I think we all know how my micro is. I think the words atrocious come to mind. Keeping my minerals low, getting a few more units in there, getting a few more sentries. I'm pretty pleased with my army composition at the moment. As far as my base goes, my economy's not too bad. Sticking out, yep, that's pretty cool. Now I just need to get that first observer out. Let's get the observer. Come on, observer. There it goes. Do I chrono it? Sometimes I chrono the first observer and try to get 2 out really fast. There we go. We just have a quick peek around. Make sure there's no problems. Make sure there's no weird chicanery. But again, it's Tearin, so when would there ever be weird chicanery? Not all that often. Get a couple of pylons down there. I've started expanding with my pylons and just trying to maintain a boundary, and that helps me keep in my supply. I actually got pretty lucky with that one, and I think up to this moment I haven't heard you require more supply depots just yet. Second observer just there because up against this kind of well, just Tearin in general, what I like to do is vision is my Achilles heel. I end up getting very, very paranoid about vision. So it's best to have 2 observers, because usually whenever I don't have 2 observers, I either get bansheed or someone comes in with a bunch of other units. And there we go. So here's a few marines down here to pick off this guy. Meanwhile, my observer is just checking for additional bases, which is very odd, because I'm pretty sure I saw him building an additional orbital command over there in the production facility, but perhaps not. We'll see what we see. Yeah, so invisible units like Dark Templar I seem to lose to a lot, just because I'm in quite a bit of trouble by not having enough vision. I think, did I make a forge? Yeah, I've got a forge, so technically I'd probably want to have a cannon. Maybe just 1 cannon down here, but I guess I didn't bother with that just yet. And we have... So what I saw was this. So I thought to myself, it's time for Colossus. Where was that orbital command? Oh, it was just the orbital. He was making the orbital, and okay, so he wasn't making an expansion. I'm about ready for an expansion here, so yep, there it is. So there's the expansion. While I wait for one immortal out, and then my bay is finished, my +1 is on the way. However, my opponent's got +1 armor on the way, because I think I already got +1 weapons. So my +1 weapons is a little bit late for this. However, as far as the army supply, I'm still a little bit ahead, and I'm still a bit ahead as far as the workers go as well. So I've got my observer here just to see, just so I can have something here, and I have my second observer, my upfront one, just continuing to have a quick little peek around there. I've got it set down on hotkey 3, but this one is part of my army just over here. So my first Colossus is on its way out. I was trying to boost it first. No boost there. I'm not seeing any motion towards extended thermal lance, but then again, I usually wait until I should be on a second base by then, because right now I'm actually trying to maintain my army, go to Colossus Tech, and get an expansion. You get, +1 weapons at the same time. So there's the first missile turret, and that's what he's apparently deciding to do. He's just going to start putting up missile turrets everywhere instead of scanning and picking me off. So I keep trying to look around just to make sure that there's no expansions, nothing else going on. Here's a Colossus, ready to go. 48-45 seems to be the maneuver, so I am staying ahead despite the fact that I have half the EPM, so yeah, once again, I do like to bring it up just to show you that EPM isn't everything. I mean, I have quite possibly the lowest EPM you could possibly get, but I've managed to keep up against guys that are much higher. So, you know, what is that APM doing? Not a whole lot. Oh, there's the first additional pylons right there, and here are 2 of them just on their way in. So there's one cannon just to have a look and just make sure there's no silly banshees coming in up here. I don't have one down on my own base just yet. Getting some more pylons, which is good. I usually kind of fall way behind on supply. That wasn't that long of a supply block, but since I am kind of ahead as far as supply goes right now, I'm a bit behind in tech, but I still feel pretty good. This observer is still doing quite well in seeing everything, and the best part is I see him moving out, and I say to myself, alright, let's go take that out. But the problem is that stalkers are much faster than some of the other units, so I have to bring everyone back and keep everyone together. This is when I got to throw down either a force field, maybe some guardian shield would work as well. This was pretty bad because this Colossus is going to get picked off pretty quick. There's a Guardian Shield. That helps out quite a bit, but he still needs to get around some of these bubbles, but he's picking off my army right at the front. And this is looking pretty even thus far. Not really all that much going on in between there, but that last little bit really finished that off. So now I'm back to having 2 observers because I lost that one that was in the base. Here come a few more stalkers that I'm bringing with me because when I expanded, do you think I made any gateways? Oh, there's actually a few gateways, so that's not bad. I'm a bit late in the gateways because look at my money. I'm way too high up there. But these Colossus is really helping destroy this bunker. Had there been more bunkers and more units in it, that would have been definitely a problem. But at this point, I have cleaned this up, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. I'm very wary of this particular missile turret over here because you don't want missile turrets taking out your Colossus because then you just feel quite stupid when things like that happen. I think I try to move mine away, or I just go in and just attack everything. So there's that unit floating away up there, and here are a few more stimmed units and some SCVs, but up against this Colossus and Guardian Shields, not enough to do anything. I'm just going to roll the rest of the way up, and there's the GG. It's nice to see some GGs every now and then, but... And that's how it ended off. 25 APM, EPM, 37 EPM, up against the 45. So, spend your money. Spend a bit more money. Definitely could have had that base probably up a little faster, got the remainder of those 2 gases, and then I could have been double pumping out some Colossus, get my extended thermal lance. I was still only on +1 weapons, and that was it. That was up against 1-1 units, so could have done quite a bit better there, I think. But still, bit of a heads-up play, keeping that observer out there so you can see when he's moving his army out, when he's vulnerable, when he's not really sure what's going on. Then that's when you want to... I don't know. It's not when you want to. It's when I wanted to. I just decided that was when I should make a move. So leave me a comment down below. Send me an email, ziggyzig@gmail.com, or you can follow me on Twitter @ZiggyStarCraft. Stay tuned.